All right, guys. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so it's another beautiful Monday afternoon. All right, it's about 2 p.m. here, Nigerian time, West African time. Uh, the name, as you guys know, is Adetola Freeman, and here again is another weekly market review session that I believe that you guys have been waiting for. All right. So we're not going to do a lot of talking today because basically today's session is already very, very loaded. All right. There's so much to talk about. Um, I'm going to be taking a couple of your questions, giving you guys some of the latest developments, and so many other things that I believe that you guys need to be aware of. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay. Yep. We're just gonna wait for a few minutes. I think yes, we have a couple of people that are just joining. All right, so we're just gonna wait for them to settle in. Okay. So as usual, you guys know that we usually love to start with the majors. All right, then from the majors we go over to some of the other commodities. So hold on, let me just arrange this. EUGU. Let me add UCAD. Let me just put that over here. I'll do UJ. Let me add gold, Brent, WTI, gold. Yep. So let's just put gold over here. All right. So Euro USD will start from the daily time frame. Yeah. Good day, guys. Sumba Msota. All right. Good day to you. Daniel Eugene. Good afternoon. Imdad Ali. How may I help you, please? Temple Williams. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right. So we're going to be doing a whole lot. All right. I'm strongly believing that this is going to be one session where we get to discuss some of your inquiries, address some of your questions, like you guys have asked me time and time again. All right. So we're going to be dealing with all of that, all of that, all of that all together. Nathaniel, yes, I am. Imdad Ali, sorry, this is an FBS live chat. All right, so I don't understand why you're asking for a free account. Betwell Kipnengo. Yes, I'm very fine, Betwell. All right, so we're gonna start with Euro USD. You guys already know we start from the daily time frame, and then from the daily time frame we run things down to 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 hour, 4 hours time frame where we get to squeeze out an entry. But before we go to the daily time frame on Euro USD, I want you guys to see something on the weekly time frame. There was a break of structure here, all right, break below this low, meaning that as far as the price action is concerned, all right, this is the foremost supply zone. All right, this is the foremost supply zone on the weekly time frame. All right, are you guys with me? Now, if this is the foremost supply zone on the weekly time frame, we see that it was tested here, but price has taken out that high right now. Let's see what the daily time frame looks like. So on the daily time frame, we're seeing that um, this looks like the major supply point, all right, which as you can see, price is there already, all right, and seems to have reacted a bit from there already. Yes, Nandom, you're welcome, my friend. So what is it that we're looking at right now, or what's staring us in the face right now? The answer is simple. Euro USD is already presenting an argument, or presenting a case that is altogether bearish. All right, very bearish for that matter. Daily time frame. there is this trend line, all right, that could constitute a support, all right, whereas on the 4 hours time frame we have this as our, as our bearish movement. Okay, this is a descending channel. So as far as Euro USD is concerned, all right, is either we get a reaction from this particular point, all right, or all the way from the 76% region of the Fibonacci, which is here, all right, either the 76 or the 88%. However, my my overall perception of Euro USD is that price should be coming down here. All right, price should be coming back into this demand zone here. All right, that is my perception. Imdad Ali, please, if you're going to type in English. I don't understand what language you're typing in right now. All right, so yeah, we're looking at the possibility of price reacting either from here or the, this supply zone up here. Albeit my first line of action would be to attempt an entry from here. All right, would be to attempt an entry from here. And the reason why is because if you look closely, you see there was a break of a supply of a previous low here, giving us this as a supply zone. All right, and right now there's a divergence on the stochastics indicator. All right, which could very much signal that we're ready for that bearish onset. Top Styles Kampala, you're welcome, my friend. All right, so guys, this is what we're seeing. I'm seeing the likelihood of price, taking a break from the bullish retracement here, all right, and then slipping forward towards this. Imdad Ali, I'm saying please type in English. All right, please type in English. I can't understand what you've been typing ever since. All right, so this is Euro USD. I think it's bearish overall. GBP USD will start from the weekly time frame. I want to show you something quickly. I know you guys are used to us using the line chart, coming up with our pivot regions and all of that, which of course we can still do in this case. Yeah, trust me. That's our pivot region on the weekly time frame. Hold on. Why is this not showing on the daily time frame? Show up on all time frames. Yes. Let's make this show on all time frames as well. All right, so these are daily time frame, our weekly time frame pivot on the daily time frame. All right, the best time frame would be the 1 hour, 4 hours time frame. But you need to also ensure that your entry confirmations are on point. All right, the weekly time frame pivots align perfectly with this supply zone on the daily. All right, with this supply zone on the daily, I think we can zoom in a bit and then see this. All right, based on what? That eye broke structure, you can see it pushed prices to break below this low. All right, and then this other eye also pushed price to break below this low. Now, remember, I've told you guys, Mr. Kudos, you're welcome. I've told you guys many times that when it comes to, drawing trend lines, you don't want to just use any kind of random highs and lows. All right, you want to ensure that the highs and lows with, all right, you want to ensure that those highs and lows are highs and lows that gave a break of structure. All right, you want to ensure that they gave a break of structure. Otherwise, you'll simply be stressing yourself, drawing trend lines that do not have any, that do not have any real substance. All right, that does not have any real substance. Do you guys get it? So that's why you want to ensure that yeah, areas that broke structure. And in this case, this is a trend line resistance that definitely broke structure. Let me check if it's a channel. If it's not, then we would, all right, it's not a channel. Even if it were price already broke below the lower one. All right, so this is where we're going. I believe that this is our supply zone. All right in the middle of the weekly time frame pivot. All right, and then on that basis, I think that we should be seeing GBP USD bearish also. All right, in a few, maybe hours, or yeah, I think I should begin in a few hours. All right. Alternatively, if you're looking for a very subtle entry, all right, maybe a minimal risk position or something. Hold on. You can simply work the break and retest of this trend line. All right, I think that should be, yeah, you can simply work the break and retest of this trend line support. All right, maybe somewhere around here, price should, I'm expecting that price will break this support, this trend line support somewhere around here. All right, that's my expectation. So we want to see price break this, come for a retest, and then drop all the way. But altogether, my sentiment on GU and EU is bearish. Hold on while I quickly set that up on my trading account. Sorry guys, but you're not the only ones that love making money. Okay, that's set. Let's do EU. All right. Please note that I'm simply placing pending orders at the moment. All right. In preparation for when the price would actually begin to move. All right. So in a few hours, I'm going to check again to see how far price is doing. All right. And then once I confirm that, it will be easy for me to, um, you know, place my entries again, or to adjust whatever entries I've already placed. All right. Do you guys get it now? So that's typically how I work. Right, that's typically how I love to trade. Just position myself and then watch price do whatever I desires to do over time. Top styles Kampala, like I've always queries or questions or assistance you need. All right. If it's not something we can address on this general call, you can always text me on Instagram. All right. You can always text me on Instagram. Adetola Freeman is the Instagram handle. All right. And then, I can do my best to provide you the support that you require. Is that okay? Wish I could dance with the dinosaurs. Dance with the dinosaurs. Dance with the dinosaurs. Oh, my friend Odema, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much for that comment. I appreciate your appreciation. All right, so daily time frame. Let's see how this is looking. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Okay, that broke structure. Did this break structure? No. Let me see. This broke structure. This broke structure. Do we have a trend line there? Kind of. All right, good. Someone will give you an account and give you $100. I'm sorry, Imdad, we don't do that here. All right, so I'm gonna just kick you out of the conversation for 30 minutes. All right, just watch. All right, just watch. But trust me, nobody's gonna give you accounts here. All right, daily time frame. This is the zone, all right, the pivot zone from the weekly time frame. Let's come to the 4 hours time frame and see, do we have a trend line resistance that price is about to break? Temba William, the truth is, except if you are a swing trader, all right, that knows how to really enter trades and minimize your risk, I would advise that you probably should close the trade. All right, but if you're a swing trader and you know what you're doing, you know the direction, you may leave the trade. The reason why is because sometimes on Monday, um, price can jump. All right, price actually can jump on the chart. That's one. Two, sometimes, all right, sometimes you also have situations where, um, the spread, probably price was not too far from your stop loss as at when the weekend ended, all right, as at when market closed on Friday. So by the time market opens on Monday, sometimes the spread can get so large that it actually kicks you out of the trade. All right. So if you're going to be trading and leaving your trades over the weekend, ensure that you're taking very careful consideration to the fact that the spread can increase and at the same time price could jump in any of the two directions. All right. So if after reviewing all of this, you still feel like, oh yeah, I have a shot, I have a chance, then please by all means go ahead. Okay. All right. So USD card. I want to see the 4 hours time frame a bit better. Okay, this broke structure, this broke structure. Let's see. Nah, that's not the trend line I'm looking for. Um, this. Let me see. Okay, that looks like a trend line. But do I? That's a question that I'm trying to see how this is supposed to work. Do we have a zone there? Is there a supply zone here? So price could either do this. All right, price could either do this, or we have a situation where price breaks above, above that trend line resistance, then comes back for a retest, all right, before it finally moves. Do you guys get it? So price could either react from this trend line resistance and then drop, all right, to continue the bearish trend, all right, and then drop to continue the bearish trend, or we have a situation where price outwardly breaks above it. Now the reason why is if price continues coming back down, all right, it's going to give us room, all right, to be able to take our trade from this demand zone. Why? Because if you look closely, you see that there was a break of structure here, all right, sponsored by this demand zone. You get it now? Sponsored by this demand zone. So price could bounce off of here, come back into this demand zone, and then push. Or it could outrightly break above that, come for a retest, and then keep rising. All right, so those are the two options we have in the case of USD card right now. But I'm more in favor of the bullish, the bullish direction because price is already very close to a weekly pivot. All right, price is currently trading above the weekly pivot. So if it's trading above the weekly pivot, it means that if it drops into the weekly pivot, it should bounce back up if there is no sufficient momentum to push it further down. Does that make sense? Hope I'm not just ranting to myself, please. Let me know if you guys are clear with, with what I've explained so far. If you're clear, just drop an emoji in the chat box. I just need to see an emoji, all right? Just let me know that we're together. You guys are, following me. All right, beautiful. So up next, we'll talk about gold. All right, let's start from the weekly time frame. All right, gold weekly time frame. Zoom, 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 zoom. Let me see. Hold on. If you don't understand what I'm doing, just hold on. All right, don't get worked up. Okay, so this is where we are. We're around the expansion 100. Let me see. Hold on. Now, the reason why I'm doing this on gold is because, as you can see, gold has created an all-time high. All right, and usually when that happens, the typical thing to do is to look for the nearest support or resistance that price is going to react from again. All right, so let me see. Just hold on. Just slide this along. All right, so that's the zone. Yeah, Martinike, you're welcome. Let's see daily time frame. Okay, so we've seen that there are zones up here, all right, but at the same time, price is trading above those zones. So what do we want to do now? This was the last impulse, the last retracement on gold. All right, so this is our expansion 100. Okay, so what do I want to see now? I want to see if price is going to be bearish, all right, it's actually supposed to fall below this expansion 100. But altogether right now, the chances of that happening is really, really, really slim. So I'm just going to mark this as my support, all right, on gold, since that aligns with the overall bullish momentum we've observed so far. All right, combine it with this trend line support. All right, so we've seen price break above this previous high with this impulse. All right, there's a fair value gap here, the demand zone here. So what do I expect on gold? Probably we might see gold coming to this, all right, and then bounce like this. All right, and then bounce like this. Very, very possible. All right, because since price has not reacted from the 100%, it simply means that price could very much be heading towards, the 161.8%. All right, it could be heading towards the 161.8%. So, because that's basically how Fibonacci expansions work. All right, let me show you a sample of that. For those of you who feel like this is just me, formulating things randomly. So let me show you a previous example. All right, this was an impulse, and this was the retracement. All right. So in order to figure out where price was heading next, this is expansion 61.8. This is expansion 100. This is expansion 161.8. All right. Let me remove this. So let me show you guys what happened here. As price was coming up like this, all right, as price was coming up this way, I'm going to show you what exactly happened there. So on the 4 hours time frame, see, this was Fibonacci expansion 61.8. You see price broke through it. But when it got to Fibonacci expansion 100, which was at this point, all right, Fibonacci expansion 100, it broke it with this impulsive move, all right. And after that break, what do we notice? Price returned to the demand zone, all right, came back for a retest and did what? Continued going up. When it continued going up, where did it hit? It hit a Fibonacci expansion 161.8. All right, it got to expansion 161.8. Let me show you that quickly. This third red line. All right, this third red line. So let's zoom in and see what happened there as well. So price broke through the 161.8. All right, broke through it. And this was the demand zone that pushed price to break through the 161.8. And what do you notice? Price retested that demand zone and did what? Continued going. All right, it just continued going. So if I'm telling you right now that for price to have broken, for price to have broken above this region, all right, above the 100, for me to have said that 161.8 sounds like the logical target, all right, trust me, it is based on very, very valid data. All right, it's based on very valid prediction. Do you guys get it? Let me know in the comment sections if you guys got it. Just drop an emoji or something. Let me be sure that you guys are with me. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thanks, Martin. All right, so this is gold. All right, that's gold at the moment. So we're going to go over to USD JPY. All right, this was my analysis on USD JPY since, before the stream started. All right, I'm expecting price to break this, come for a retest and move. Although someone might say, oh, show us how you arrived at that conclusion. Let's see. Yeah, so first of all, we have our weekly time frame pivot. All right, you can see that clearly. And on the daily time frame, we could see that price already entered into the weekly time frame pivot on the daily time frame. All right, and I've told you that when you see something like that and you see maybe the stochastics overbought or oversold, what you wait for is the break and retest of a trend line. All right, so the trend line on the daily time frame, let me show you that. The trend line on the daily time frame is this. All right, this major one that you're seeing that I just highlighted. That's the trend line of this market structure on the daily time frame. All right, then we'll come to the 4 hours time frame, and this second one is the trend line of the price action on the 4 hours time frame. All right, you can see this low was broken, this low was broken. These two eyes sponsored those breaks. All right, so after that, then we go to the 1 hour time frame, which is where we have this third trend line. All right, so what's the expectation? The expectation is that price will break and retest the trend line on the 1 hour. All right, and after that, it will come to the trend line on the 4 hours time frame. Okay, then if it breaks and retests the trend line on the 4 hours time frame, it will come to the trend line on the daily time frame. You can see the trend line and the supply zone on the daily time frame. You get it now? So that's the prediction. Break, come for a retest, break, come for a retest, and then altogether we'll be able to ascertain what exactly price is doing. Okay. Yesterday, today, forever. And then like you know. All right. Are you doing? Are you doing good? So hope you guys can see all of these things that we've done so far. All right. I want to believe that you guys are clear on the on the breakdowns so far. All right. On all of the explanations so far. Then should we do any other commodity? You guys let me know in the comment section what other commodities you would like us to take a look at. All right. I need you to just give me 3 commodities. All right. Just say, please take a look at this. Please take a look at this. And then we'll do that. John Henry, it's lovely to have you commenting on the stream. I celebrate you. I celebrate you. I celebrate you, bro. Sumbam Sota, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, guys, 3 commodities, suggestions. Okay. All right. Some very black spiritual influences want me to take a look at US 30. All right. Uh, these are already more than 5 commodities. That's all. That would be all. That would be all. That would be all. I'm saying Euro JPY, USD CHF, GBP JPY, GBP CAD, GBP CHF, US 100. Whew, that's a lot. Just give me a minute. All right, give me a minute. You do mighty things, you glorious thing. Okay, how do we do this? US 30. Let me start with US 30 simply because, you know, that was requested by a very spiritual presence. Weekly time frame. Do we have any pivots? Not really. So in this case, we're going to have to work with our Fibonacci retracement again. Oh no, not that. Fibonacci expansion rather. All right, so yes, there we have it. That's the 61.8. So let's go to the lower time frames and see. So this is the 61.8 Fibonacci expansion, which means that price is most likely, this is most likely the target that price has at the moment. All right, this is possibly where price is intending to climb up to. All right, so I've plotted, you can see that I've plotted a kind of resistance here, all right, or a pivot line to indicate, that price is coming, okay? So what do we, sort of, Can you guys see that? So US 30, that's the analysis, or that's my expectation from US 30. That's my expectation on US 30. I want to see price, get into that and then drop. Fantastic. Fantastic. I think Euro USD just did something that I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for since this morning. Yeah, it just tapped into a major pivot zone that I have been expecting it to. All right, don't worry. Don't worry. You might not get it. That's US 30. All right, I want to see it get to that pivot, 61.8, and then we can look for the break and retest of the trend line support. Okay? This old man, he played man, he played Nick back on my time. Hmm. Beautiful. Nick knack, paddy whack, give a dog a bone. Won't you say you love me too? All right, so that's you. Okay, Euro JPY weekly time frame. Amazing. Let me see. Okay, so there we have it. That's the. This should be bullish already. I can't see why it isn't yet, but my advice would be for you looking to trade Euro JPY. Ah, Martin, you doubt that with US 30. You doubt that it will move like this. Maybe I should not analyze Euro JPY again, no, because since you don't believe that what I'm saying is correct, I don't see the need to take more of my time trying to analyze anything for you. All right, so I'll just leave US 30 where it is right now, since the person that requested I'll leave Euro JPY where it is right now, since the person that requested for the analysis does not believe I know what I'm doing. So, anyways, don't worry, don't worry. This is not a pissing contest, so you win. All right, so let's go to the next one. USD CHF. Don't worry, we'll come back to this chart next week Monday. We'll find out if I know what I'm doing or not. All right, USD CHF weekly time frame. All right, this is a crazy one. This was the supply zone, right? This was the supply zone that price reacted from. Okay. Uh-oh, this USD CHF man. Wait, why am I doing USD CHF? Which, okay, yeah, it's USD CHF. All right. So we had the break below this low on the weekly time frame, all right, meaning that this was the previous, this is the major high, right, which constitutes our supply zone. Then this becomes the major low, which right now, as you can see, has not yet been broken. And I'm guessing that the main question here now on your mind is, will it get broken or not? There's a weekly pivot there. There's another one here. All right, yeah. So that's where we have the pivots. All right, the first weekly pivot is here. There's a demand zone right inside of it. All right, that's interesting. 4 hours time frame. Let me show you something quickly. 4 hours time frame. This was the major low. All right, that was the main high. But as price came into this, all right, we saw that the major low was taken out and the major low shifted over to this. All right, implying that this was the supply zone. And now we can see that that supply zone has been broken, meaning that this is now the new major high, all right? And then there is a demand zone down here. So USD CHF is looking bullish to me, right? This 76.4 could very much be a palatable area of entry. All right, 76.4 could be an area of entry. That would also provide us, ample evidence of an SBR, all right, which would be the sweep, the break, then the retest, and then we get to see price fly. Let's see any other commodities. Any other commodities? USD CHF, GJ, GCAD, GGGGG. GJ. Here we are. Okay, GJ weekly time frame. Let me see. All right, previous high, price broke it. Meaning we have a demand zone somewhere here. As for pivots, yes, we do have one here. Mm. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, trend line support. There could be a demand zone here. Okay. So price does, at least I think that price will do this. all right, comes into the demand zone once again. The demand zone that is right next to the pivot, all right, to the weekly pivot, and then we can anticipate the buy. Cedric, I've heard you. I'll try and do that. I'll try and do that. Hopefully before the end of this session. Okay, let's zoom out. Wow. Okay. Is this a supply zone? Should we work with it as a supply zone? Let's check. Do we have a pivot zone there? Yeah. Yes, we do. Interestingly, we do. Let's see the daily time frame. Candles, candles, candles. All right. So what does this mean? This means that price is most likely going to come into this pivot zone first before we get to see the likelihood of a reversal. All right, before we get to see the likelihood of a reversal. So what do I want to do as a trader? 4 hours time frame is where I think you would have the best shot from. And you're basically waiting for you're simply waiting for a break and retest of the trend line support. All right, because if you're predicting that price should be heading downwards, you want to see the trend line support get broken and retested. Do you get it now? So that is GBP card. Now, I haven't addressed that. Let me quickly talk about trailing stop. So say I enter a trade from here. All right, I entered the trade and my target for my take profit is here. Okay. Now, what does the trailing stop do? What it does is that as price begins to move in my direction, all right, the trailing stop moves the stop loss behind me. All right, from here, it moves it here. All right, price moves again. My trailing stop gets moved. All right, gets moved. So as price is moving, the stop loss is following the price movement. All right, so as price keeps moving, my trailing stop moves here, so that if for any reason, all right, price tries to reverse like this, okay, instead of losing all the profits that I have gathered so far, I am actually going to be getting closed out of that trade here. All right, at this point where the trailing stop moved or brought the stop loss to. So remember, the trailing stop moved to the stop loss from here. All right. Moved it from this particular point here, which was behind the entry. All right. Moved it all the way to this point. And why did the market do that? Because I set a trailing stop. Now I can adjust how quickly I want the trailing stop to respond to the market. I can set it to 5 pips, 2 pips, 10 pips, 20 pips, which means that if I set it to be 5 pips, it means that every time price moves 50 points, I want my stop loss to move. All right. If I set it to 100 points, it means that every time price moves 10 pips, I want my stop loss to be moved. Do you get it now? Does it make sense now? The trailing stop inquirers, are we clear on that now? GC, US 100, CAD JPY. I won't complete all of that, but let's see. We've done G card, GBP CHF, US 100. I'm just gonna have to speed through it right now. GBP CHF, candlesticks. Okay. Hold on, we're checking this. Okay, so what do I see here? I'm seeing this as my first area of interest. All right, that's my first area of interest as a supply zone. Once price takes out liquidity from this eye, all right, from that induced eye, it comes into this, and then with the confluence of the supply zone, the trend line resistance, and the weekly time frame pivot, I think we will see this. Edwin, thank you so much. Oh, can I give insight on USD JPY? I already did. I think you came late. You can just rewind once the stream ends. Alex Accessories, you simply set it from your toolbox, all right, on your laptop. So let's say, for example, all right, so the trade is running. The trade is running right now, although at a loss, all right. So what do? I come over here and then I come to trade, all right, and on the trailing stop, I can select either 5 points is 5 points, all right, 10 points is 10 points, which is basically 1 pip, all right. Then I can come and set it to maybe 20 points, which is 2 pips. All right, so every time price goes bullish by 2 pips, my stop loss gets moved. All right, I get my stop loss moved in order to be able to lock me in profit. All right, Mr. Edwin, thank you so much. Thank you. Do we get it now? So that's GBP CHF. GBP CHF. What's the next one? US 100. Nah, I won't do US 100. CAD JPY. I'm just going to stare at it and see if it looks like something I want to analyze, because our time is already fast spent. Nah, CAD JPY. No. CAD JPY. All right, I think that's practically everything I can say about CAD JPY. All right. I think that's it. That's it. I don't want to spend too much time on CAD JPY, but I think that's the basic idea of what CAD JPY is going to look like. Are we good, guys? All right. I want to believe that we are. So it's on this note that I want to say thank you guys for joining me on another exciting market review session, all right, or the market outlet section for the week. It's my belief that you guys are going to have an amazing trading week, all right? So please do well to join me again next week, Monday, all right, for another amazing session. However, this is a public service announcement, all right? In the month of October, all right, starting in the month of October, I'm going to be having a more intense and more, personal session with FBS VIP clients. All right. So if you're an FBS client with a VIP account, or if you're an FBS client that does not have a VIP account right now, you can plan towards it. All right. It's going to be more interactive. It's going to be more intense. It's going to be more direct. All right. Because starting from the 1st of October, we're going to have a lot of fun together with the VIP client. All right. So if you do not have a VIP account yet, you can plan towards having at least $500 in your trading account by October. All right. You can plan towards having at least $500 in your trading account by October. And once you do that, you automatically get upgraded to the VIP segment. All right. And as long as you keep that $500, balance constant, you can always get all the benefits that our VIP clients get. So I'm appealing to you guys. If you want to have a more intimate Monday market review session like this with me, all right, where we can take questions, answer your questions, have more, more defined and more definite responses to your questions. All right, please ensure that you plan towards it from the 1st of October. Ensure that you have at least $500 in your trading account. All right. With that said, I want to say thank you once again. The name remains Adetola Freeman Ogunkunle. And till when next I see you, stay well and keep milking the market. Good day and God bless you. Bye-bye.